Okay, so hello everyone. I hope you can hear me and also see my screen. I'm also hoping that you had a nice day wherever you are, and given the time differences, I'll also state that I'm also hoping that you're having a nice day so far. Yeah, because you're using EST and I'm using EAT. Now, I'll just record this session and begin right away because I have other commitments I need to attend to. So, as all of you know by now, I usually begin my analysis from the weekly time frame. However, I don't really focus much on analyzing the weekly time frame in terms of structure. Rather, I just map out the high and the low of the previous weeks, yeah. So in this case, we have this high up here, which has tons of buy side liquidity, and we have this low down here, which has tons of sell side liquidity. After that, I just drop down to the daily time frame, where now I begin my analysis in terms of structure, order flow, and liquidity. Now, in terms of structure, my swing structure is bullish. We had the most recent bullish break of structure right here, a swing bullish break of structure. And that would make this low down here my strong swing low. So I'm not really expecting a deep swing pullback at this point unless we get a bearish internal break of structure. And in terms of internal structure, I'm heavily bullish, as you can clearly see. I was anticipating a pullback to this point of interest at the extreme, but it appears to me that price has had some kind of bullish reaction, and I don't really expect a pullback deep into the bullish internal range from this point. I'm expecting price to target buy side above the previous day's high, and also to target the weak internal high. So this high up here, it's a daily weak internal high. This high up here. So it might as well be that the daily internal pullback is most likely finished and the price is most likely ready to target the weak internal high up there. Now, in terms of pools of liquidity that I have for tomorrow, one, we have buy side above the previous day's high, that day being Friday, and two, we have sell side below Friday's low down here. So what I'm really expecting is just to see the next push upwards that will lead to the break of the weak internal high. So yeah, because I really don't expect price to come back all the way down just to mitigate this point of interest. And we've already seen this bullish reaction. Down to the 4H where things become a little bit more clearer. And yeah, let's just go through the 4H. Now on the 4H, we recently had a bullish swing break of structure right here. That makes this low down here my strong swing low. And this high up here, my weak swing high. In terms of internal, we had this internal, bearish internal break of structure that was to facilitate the swing pullback. And as you can clearly see, price pulled back to this point of interest at the EQ of the bullish swing range. After mitigating this point of interest, we had some strong bullish rejection and a bullish reaction that actually led to a bullish internal break of structure at this point. So all the supply zones that I was expecting to hold the price and push downwards actually failed, giving a signal that demand is most probably in control. So that makes this high my hourly weak internal high, this high right here. It's my 4H weak internal high. And above this high, apparently, we have buy side liquidity from Friday's high. It's a Friday high, so we have buy side liquidity above the previous day's high. So on the 4H, longs would be phase A if it were your medium time frame, but for me, it's my higher time frame. So longs just happen to be more high probability given the cause for higher prices and the narrative. However, when we look on the flip side, we have tons of low resistance, sell side liquidity below these lows. So it might not be so foreign seeing price actually heading for this sell side and for this 4H refined point of interest. But when we decide to go with the momentum that has been in control of the market, then heading for the highs up here is actually more high probability. Down to the M15, on the M15, I decided to reset my swing structure to this piece of price action just to help me manage my expectations with price. Because really that is all that matters. So we had a bullish swing breakout structure at this point. That would make this low my strong swing low of the medium time frame. And as far as the most recent price action is concerned, we have a weak internal high up here after this bullish internal breakout structure. For the only point of interest that I would be looking to play continuations from to target buy side above this internal high and the weekly high up here would be this point of interest right here, which is a structural zone and it's part of a demand chain, as you can clearly see. It's a structural zone because it caused a bullish internal breakout structure at this point. And it's part of a demand chain because we have demand holding right here. However, if this point of interest fails, then you obviously know that you can make a continuation from a sweep of liquidity. So we have sessional sell-side liquidity below this Asian low right here that I would actually wait for price to sweep before making the continuation upwards. Simply put, that is my bias or my expectations for this coming week. So through tomorrow, perhaps on Tuesday, I'll just be waiting for price to commit to one side. So what I need to see from this demand zone right here is at least a bullish change of character on the M15 right here before considering longs targeting buy side above this high and the weak internal high. So unless you have a question for proceeding, then I guess we are actually done with this session. It was just a breakdown of the analysis that I shared in the channel. So unless there's a question, I guess this session is done and you can just go through the video because I have it recorded. I'll post it in the channel later. You can go through it and try and see if you can understand the breakdown. Also, another cause for higher prices that we have is that we have these relative equal highs up here. And what do we have above the relative equal highs? We have buy side liquidity, which actually happen to be kind of okay. I have buy side liquidity above these relative equal highs. So that is my expectation for this week. Nothing fancy, just that. So unless there's a question, I guess, or you'll just catch me tomorrow in the live session. So is there any question? Well, okay, thank you for joining, and I hope you have a good night or a good day wherever you are.